Hey everyone, it's Jesenia. Welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be setting up a new planner and also a new size planner for me, so I'm excited about that. I have been talking about setting up my A6 planner for a little while, and I finally kind of got it all together, figured out what I wanted to put in it, and I have sort of semi-prepped everything that I want to put inside of it, so we're going to be setting it all up on camera today. I will walk through my planner first, so if you guys have any questions about what I got and what I'm working with, I will walk through that, and then I'll walk through my inserts, and then we can start setting everything up, and I will probably do an overview, just kind of flip through at the end. So I'll put timestamps for you guys to be able to skip through if there's something that you don't care to see, or you just want to see the flip through at the end. You can kind of skip around to what you are looking for, or you can just stay and watch the whole video. So it is going to be kind of chatty, but hopefully, not super long, and we can get through this seamlessly. So let's go ahead and start with the planner. Okay, so the planner I have here is a Foxy Fix, and this is an A6 size, which is a number 3 on the Foxy Fix website. It is a Lush leather, and I believe the color is Snow. I'll put it up on the screen here for you guys. And so it's just a white leather. The Lush leathers are really squishy, and it has kind of a pebbled texture to it. I did get light pink stitching on it, and I do have a rose gold J on the front and a Fox and Pip bow on the spine, which I think is really pretty. And then I did get a pink elastic on it. So the Lush planners do have this big pocket in the back, which at the moment I don't have anything to put in there. I think I'm going to probably keep that for receipts and coupons and things like that if I am going to be going out, because this is going to be an on-the-go planner. It's a planner that I plan to put in my bag if I need something, if I'm going to be out for the day and I feel like I need a planner with me. So this is that's the intention for this planner. So this is what it looks like inside. The Lush planners have this kind of diagonal pocket configuration. I do have card pockets on the front and the back. And then here, as you can see, I have 4 elastics that I'm working with. So this is a compact size, which fits the 4 strings. So that's what we're going to be working with today. And here are the inserts I'm going to be using. I took some time to really figure out what inserts I felt like would be really helpful and useful in an on-the-go planner. So what I landed on was a daily insert, a coupon tracker insert, a notes insert, and a shopping list insert, because I've noticed that even though I'm planning weekly on a day-to-day basis, a lot of the times I'm sort of almost reorganizing my day. I don't know if anyone else does that, but I found that I've been doing that lately, as I've been just sort of reorganizing my day. If things kind of shift and fluctuate, or if something didn't happen the day before, I'm wanting to add it to the next day list. So I'm finding that I sort of want a daily insert. Or also, if I'm going to be out for the day, I don't want to carry my B6 around everywhere. It's not huge, but it's definitely not the smallest. So I thought this was a step down to be able to carry around with me, so I wanted a daily insert inside of it. If you're wondering, all of these are printables from my shop, but of course you can get inserts from anywhere. There are tons of different insert shops that you can look into, but these are just from my shop that I printed. I did foil a couple of them, and I did foil all the color covers. I did like special covers on all of them so that the fonts matched the little divider tabs that I ended up making for this planner as well. So that's what they look like. And then the fonts here match the fonts that are on these little tabs. So I did make special covers for some of them. So this one I did foil in rose gold. That's kind of the theme. I just thought it was nice to go ahead and foil them, even though they look pretty on their own as well. I just went ahead and foiled them because, I don't know, I just wanted to be a little extra and do something special, especially because it's a smaller planner. I feel like it was easier to foil it as opposed to a bigger planner. It doesn't take up as much, and it was kind of easier to do. So I went ahead and foiled them. So that's my daily insert. I can kind of jot down any appointments that I have here, and I can put in some full boxes. I can write lists and things, and that's kind of how that looks. And then the other one is a coupon tracker. I've noticed that I've been really losing track of coupons lately. Before I felt like I was kind of okay, and lately I've just found that, I don't know, I can't get my head together. So I put together a coupon tracker. This is the pink version, and you can just, it's just, you know, got a space where I can write what shop it is, the code I have, when it expires, and the discount that I was given. So I've got that in there, and I like that. I wanted to keep this in my A6 planner just because I feel like a lot of the times when new releases happen on Etsy, I'm not at home, and I find that it's easy, you know, I think it'll be easier for me to just have this and I can just flip through it at any time. I'll have it on me. By the way, I can link my B6 setup video down in the description, the last one that I did. That way you guys can kind of see what inserts I have in there, which ones I have in here, if you guys are curious. I know a lot of people like to kind of see somebody's overall planning system, so I'll go ahead and link my B6 setup video down in the description. And then I also pulled in a notes insert. I felt like this would be a nice insert to have in here. It's kind of just a catch-all insert. I can put, you know, jot down anything. If I'm out somewhere, I need to write something down, I have a place to do that. So this one I foiled as well. It's the polka dot insert from my shop. So it's usually, you know, obviously it would just print black, but I went ahead and foiled it. And if you're wondering, I do use the Heidi Swapp Minc to foil anything. And it's pretty simple, and there are lots of tutorials and videos you can watch on YouTube for how to use the Minc if you're curious about that, but that's what I used. And then the last insert here I have is a shopping list insert, and this one is just a normal little shopping list insert, and I can use it if I want to write grocery lists, or if I'm doing a big shop somewhere and I have a few things that I don't want to forget, I can just jot it all down in here. So that's what I landed on that I thought would be functional for me. Of course, this might change and fluctuate, but I took some time to really figure this out, so I'm hoping that this is functional for me and I really like it. But the beauty of a traveler's notebook is that you can really switch out anything at any time, so that's always good. But that's what I'm starting out with. Those are my 4 inserts, so let's go ahead and get into setting up the planner. All right, so let's go ahead and start setting this up. I'm so excited. All right, so I will probably start out with my first insert, which I want the daily insert in the front because it's an insert that I feel like I'm going to be flipping to a lot. So I just want it to be easily accessible in the beginning. And I did kind of set up everything, like semi-set up everything beforehand. That way it's a little bit easier to get it all together. So I actually, if you're familiar with my setup videos, I usually use the Foxy Fix clear dashboards, and I decided not to use any in this planner, not for any particular reason. I just sort of started setting it up and realized that I didn't need it, except for this one, this insert in particular. I thought I might need it, but I ended up figuring something else out that I think is gonna work. So I printed out just pink on a piece of paper, and then I cut it down to the size of the planner, and I folded it so the pink is on the inside, because I want to have a couple of things outside, which I might need to trim this down a little bit. I think it's a little bigger, yeah, than this, but this is a really pretty journaling card from Simply Gilded. It's one of my favorites that she's ever done. So I'm gonna go ahead and trim this down to match the size of this, and I'm just gonna use my paper trimmer to go ahead and do that. If you're wondering, I just use a Fiskars paper trimmer. That's what it looks like. Very simple. Okay, so I went ahead and trimmed off from the bottom, which I sort of cut off the text a little bit, but it's okay. So I'm gonna put that kind of aside, and what I thought was that I would just glue this down. So I'm sort of making my own paper dashboard with a few different things. And I actually have another one of these journaling cards, so it's okay if I glue this down here. I also think that this is probably gonna be a permanent setup. I don't really plan, yikes, I don't really plan to change it up too often, which is why I pulled in a lot of pinks and softer colors, just because I knew it was a setup that I want to keep for a while. I always get glue on my desk and then everything sticks to it. Okay. I never know how much glue to really use, but I guess I can always add more if I find that it's coming apart. This is the Tombow Mono Permanent Adhesive. That's what that looks like. And I really like their stuff. I feel like everything that I've ever used from them is like really good. So I'm just gonna line this up and glue it down and together. So that is that. So I've got the first portion in there, and then on the back of it, I just printed out this little card here with some pictures of me and my boyfriend, which I just thought was cute. I like to always include pictures where I'm able to. This little dashboard is a little cheesy, but it's also a little funny, so. Okay, so I'm gonna stick this on the back here. Let me make sure I put it on the right way, because I am notorious for putting things upside down. Every time I do an envelope, like when I address an envelope, I've done this so many times where I will write the address and then I flip it over and realize I wrote it upside down and the flap is going the wrong way. Yeah, so I was saying that I always try to double check to make sure I'm not doing things backwards or upside down, but I'm not always successful. I just forget. I start going with something and then I don't realize that, you know, I've got it all wrong and I didn't check the other side. Okay, so I've got that there and I think that works pretty nicely. And then I did print out a piece of vellum for myself, which looks like this. So this is just a girl that I drew, and then this is, I hand lettered this, that way it kind of goes around. So this kind of layers on top of here, and you've got that foiling on there, and then I've got that on the photos in the back, which I think is a pretty nice little layering thing. I like to layer different like textures together. I always think it looks nice. The other thing that I wanted to put down on here is this, which is a vinyl decal. It says "Don't touch my planner." This is from Sparkly Paper Co. and it's hand lettered by Annie of Annie Plans. I've only ever put down a vinyl decal once, so hopefully I don't mess this up. And let's see. Ooh, yikes. I don't know how I want it. I think I want it this way. Okay. And I'm gonna use this, which is just like a washi card, which is actually also from Sparkly Paper Co. Just to make sure everything, especially these like little things, are down. And then hopefully this doesn't rip my paper. I'm gonna do it very carefully. Okay, that worked out perfectly. That was super easy to do. And it's so cute, look at that. So I've got that on the inside. I do think I need to trim this down just a little bit because the vellum is just a little bit longer than this. So I'm just gonna trim it a pinch. Okay, I didn't trim it too much. It's still gonna be a little bit longer just because I feel like by the time you get everything together, it just kind of ends up being bulky. So I'm gonna put my daily insert inside of here, and that's just sort of how that's gonna layer. So that's gonna be my first little set there. So I've got the vellum, the card, and then the insert. And here I did wanna put in, I do have this planner die cut that I drew for, I think I'm just gonna paper clip this in. I just drew this for me and some friends. So I don't really want to stick it down. I don't know why. I just feel like I want to paper clip it in here. That way I can kind of move things around in here if I want to or change it up. And this little cute paper clip is from Co Xoxo. and it has a rose gold clip, so I thought it would be perfect, and then a little charm on there. So that's that, and then we've got that in there. So first little set is done. I'm gonna go ahead and pop this in here. And let's go ahead and move on to the second one. So I am gonna be using the, I think I'm gonna put the coupons next, and this one I'm gonna keep fairly simple. I'm just gonna wrap some vellum around it. This is vellum I printed myself. I will link the artwork below if you guys like it and want to use it, but I thought it was really pretty, and I just printed it on some vellum at home and cut it down to size and folded it. So I'm gonna go ahead and pop that around there. I think that looks really nice. And let's stick that inside here. Next up, I have my notes insert, and I'm going to be layering a couple of things here. I printed out some pink on vellum. I just wanted a solid pink sheet, so I just printed that out. I'm gonna wrap this around here, and then I'm going to wrap some acetate around it. So this acetate was made from, Laura from My Newest Addiction made this for me as just some Happy Mail. And I thought it would be cute to put the polka dot bows around the polka dot foiled inserts. So I thought I would go ahead and do that. So I'm gonna put that in here next. I feel like I should have switched these two elastics. So, oh, maybe not. Okay, sorry, it was just like stuck underneath. So I'll go ahead and place this in here. That looks really pretty. Then my last insert is my shopping list insert, and I'm gonna go ahead and place a couple of things on here. I'm gonna do the same thing I did on the other insert. I do like to, if you notice, I often have kind of a pattern going, so I like to kind of, if I choose a floral or some sort of pattern, I like to have it repeat a couple of times in my planner just because I feel like it makes it look really cohesive. So I'll often do kind of every other. So I'm gonna do this one more time. So it's the same vellum, I just, did it a second time. So I'm gonna put that there. But I also wanted to put a little die cut in the corner here. I'm not sure where I want this to land. I wasn't sure if I wanted it to go on the floral or up here. Maybe up here looks probably the best. So I'm just gonna go ahead and glue that down. I'm gonna use the same little tape roller that I did. That I used in the, do I have this upside down? I'm just gonna kind of place a few little dots. It's kind of a funny shape because it's outlined on the text, but and this is all stuff I can print out again because I made for me and a few friends. It's just a little inside joke. It says throw bows at them. So yikes. I'm gonna just put that up here. That's all foiled in rose gold. That looks cute. So that's that. And then I did want to put my monogram on this side, which maybe I'll put this insert inside before I put that on there because I don't know. I just kind of want to see how it all looks before I commit. So that's what we're looking like there. And then that's what I was thinking of doing. This is from the bow monograms in my shop, and I printed it and foiled it. This one's always scary to put down. I should really just buy vinyl for myself so things like this would be easier, but I like to challenge myself apparently. I put one of these down before. Actually, I've had a lot of people ask how I got the monogram on the clear Target pocket in, I think it was my last setup. And this is what I did. I just printed my monogram on some sticker paper. I think I might need tweezers for this. because this little dot is teeny tiny. And I foiled it and then I just stuck it on. So it was a sticker that was on that Target pocket. Super simple, and I think it looks really nice. So I got my monogram there. Let's go ahead and set up. I'm gonna do the front. Let's see, okay. Actually, let's do the back because I feel like I have the back a little bit more put together than I have the front. So I went ahead and made this off camera because honestly I had no idea what I was doing, but I made this little sort of folder for myself. This paper is, I think it was from Hobby Lobby. I want to say it was from Hobby Lobby. It's either Hobby Lobby or Michael's. It might have been Michael's. One of the two. I'm sure somebody else probably has this paper, and you can tell us in the comments, but it's from one of those two, and I took it and I cut it down to the same, like to the size of an A6, and then I cut down some pink paper and I just sort of sandwiched them together and laminated the whole thing. And these two sides I cut with an edge so that they stayed sealed, and then these two sides I cut close to the edge so that it opened up and became a little like folder pouch. I did add a little tab on there as well. So I did that so that I could keep some stickers in this back section. I pulled out quite a few rose gold stickers, like different little icons and cute stickers that I thought would be nice that I can kind of pull from whenever I want a daily plan. That way I have stuff on the go. It's kind of a hefty stack. I might take some stickers out, but I already tried to minimize it and that was the best I could come up with. So I just have a little pouch that I can stick my stickers in. And the other thing too is the Lush leather, which is part of why I love it, is super squishy and floppy. But I kind of like the idea of having something in here that's sturdy just so that it doesn't kind of, I don't know, it kind of keeps it together nicely. So I thought I would go ahead and stick that inside there, which I really like, but we are not done. So that's what that is. I'm going to pull these out while I get the rest of this together because I did want to put a Target pocket on the back. Actually, I'm not even sure that this is a Target pocket. I think this one is from Planner Press. So this is the front, and then I just flipped it around to the back side, and I'm gonna go ahead and take this and stick it down here because I want to add a few more stickers on the back. I feel like this is gonna go down crooked. Yikes. It's clear, it's not the end of the world. So I've got that there, and then I did cut out a little piece of paper. This is just some reversible paper. It's like a scrap, which is why it's a little bit bent, but I figured it would be okay. That's from Michael's. I cut it so that it fit the size of the pocket because I wanted the pocket, I didn't want the pocket to be clear. I know that sounds weird, but I didn't want the stickers to show through all the way is what I'm saying, or what I mean. I've got a piece of glitter in here that just is being really stubborn and mean to me. Okay, I think I got it out. And then I pulled out this, which is the same thing as the Don't Touch My Planner, but it's Don't Touch My Stickers, and I thought, of course, this is the perfect place to put it. So again, this is from Sparkly Paper Co., and it's lettered by Annie of Annie Plans. And these are both in the rose gold color. I think I'm gonna put it on a slant. No, let's go, I'm gonna do it on a slant because I feel like the chances of me getting it straight are slim to none. So let's go with a slant. And again, I'm just gonna use this kind of washi card to make sure everything is stuck down before I peel off the rest of the paper. All right, oh, I think that looks super cute. All right. And what I pulled to put in there were some character stickers. These are all from Tickled Pink Planning. These are her little primrose stickers. And the reason I pulled these mainly was because, well, one, they're cute, but also because the sticker sheets are quite small. So they fit in here really nicely. So I can kind of just pop them in there. And I've got some character stickers to play with, which I think is nice. So also, and it doesn't make this super bulky because otherwise I feel like I'm probably gonna, rip it wide open. So I've got functional stickers in here, and then I've got some character stickers on the back with the cute little pouch and the script there. So that's a nice little chunky something that I'm gonna stick back here. And I will just have my whole stash, and I can pull it out and play with things on the go. So that's for that section there. And then I also pulled out a few little printables. So this is a digital art script from my shop that I just printed out, and it's a little nod to Harry Potter. I feel like it's so hard to see because the sparkle paper is on it. So this paper that's on it, it's like a sticker, and it creates this kind of sparkle effect. It's from Hobby Lobby. They have it in their scrapbook section, and it looks like a piece of scrapbook paper, but it's actually sticker paper. So I printed it, I foiled it, and then I put the sparkly paper on top of it, and then I did the same thing with this. This is from the Fox and Pip, and it says this is a portkey. It's another little nod to Harry Potter. So this is sort of my little Harry Potter-ish section, but everything is still pink and pretty, so I thought it would be cute to kind of still have in here. So I'm just gonna kind of angle them and keep them in the back here just for kicks. So that's the back section there, and let's flip over to the front here. So in the front, I did want to do something similar but different. So I haven't actually put this together, but I pulled in a few different things. So I do have another piece of vellum. That's the same vellum that I was using throughout the planner. So this little guy. And I just had an extra piece of it, so I went ahead and put it aside for this section, and then I had another piece of pink paper. So I'm going to laminate these together along with, I'm pretty sure, here we go. I have a currently tab. So this idea I actually got from Amanda, Fox and Pip. If you guys don't follow her on Instagram, you definitely should. And she also does sometimes in her Facebook group, but she'll do little flip throughs of her traveler's notebook on her Instagram. And I love watching them because I feel like she's so creative and she always has cute ideas. And she always keeps a card in front of her planner in this section and has a tab that says currently on it. That way she can kind of, it gives the planner, like I said, some structure in the front because like I said, this is sort of floppy. And it also gives you a place to kind of put some stuff on. So let me go ahead and laminate this. All right, I've got my thing warming up, but before I go ahead and do that, I did want to put a few things down on here. So my thought was, and this barely fits, like it's exactly the same size. So these Post-its or sticky notes are from the Fox and Pip, and they're super cute. And then I have this little pen die cut that I drew myself. I think I'm gonna put it this way. And then I have this Fox and Pip vinyl bow die cut that I wanted to put on here as well. And I kind of want these two pieces to be laminated into this little thing here. I hope this works out. I don't really know what I'm doing. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and just make sure it's nice and stuck down, and I'm going to peel it off. Okay, I think that looks cute. I just wanted to kind of have this sort of on here so I could see how much space I was working with. So now that I've got that stuck down on there, I'm gonna glue this down. I have a piece of scrap paper that I'm going to use because I do like to glue to the edge and I don't want to get any glue on my table here. Okay, so let's make sure everything is the right way. And I think I want this toward at the top. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and pop it into the laminating pouch here. Okay, so I went ahead and laminated it and then I just cut it out. I'm going to pop in just a few Post-its. I never take the whole thing just because I feel like it's, I don't know, it's a bit much. So I just take a few at a time and I'm just gonna stick them down right there. So I've got my little writing spot there. And then I'm gonna pop this into here, which I might have cut it a little bit. Maybe let me trim down this a little bit more. Okay, there we go. So that comes in there. And then I wanted to just pop in a few little bits. So I've got this die cut that I drew and I'm just gonna pop it in here. And I've got these beautiful, these are sticky notes as well. These are from my newest addiction and I absolutely love them. I think this particular one is sold out, but she'll probably bring them back out in like different forms. But I love them so much. They're so pretty and I don't really want to actually write on them because I like them so much. So I'm just gonna kind of pop them in here as a little bit of decoration. If I ever need something desperately to write on, I've got it there, but I'm gonna try not to. And then the last thing I have is this little thing, which I do need to trim down. So this is kind of funny. This is actually from a box. So I have this pen here from Ted Baker, which I am gonna be pairing with this planner. I love it so much. I feel like the size is really good and the color is perfect because it's a pale pink and it's got rose gold hardware. It's so pretty. But the box that this came in was so beautiful, and the side of the box said pretty in pink on it and it had that rose gold foiling, so I thought I'm gonna keep that and use it. So I'm just gonna kind of eyeball this a little bit and trim it down. Okay, so I just cut part of the top off and I'm just gonna kind of pop that like that so it just kind of shows through on the side, just a little something there. All right, so that's kind of the base of the planner. I did kind of put this together because I had this is just acetate from Michaels and it has white polka dots on it and I used it as a bookmark in another planner. So that one was a B6. I'm gonna have to trim this down, but I'm gonna trim it down afterwards. I wanted to put this cute bow sticker from Simply Gilded at the top of it. All right, and then I did round all the other corners, so I'm gonna go ahead and redo that at the bottom there so it all matches. And I got myself a little bookmark. So I'll probably put this with my daily section. Just put it one in for now because I don't know exactly where that's gonna go. I did pull out a few clips that I wanna put in here. Oh, and I do have the tabs that I need to put down as well. I don't wanna forget to do that, so I'll just kinda keep these here for a second. Maybe I should do that next. So let's see, let me grab my little scrap piece of paper again so I can glue these down. I'm gonna have, let's see, daily, then codes, notes and then shopping. Is that how I did it? Yeah. Okay. I think I'm gonna have some space to kind of spread them out a little bit. I'm just gonna do a little eyeball just to see how much room I have to spread them out across the planner. Okay. They're never gonna be even because I'm terrible at lining things up, but they'll be close. So, not sure if I should do it on the first or the second page just so that the tab, like this part of the tab doesn't show. So I may just put it on the second page. All right, so I've got all of that in there, and I think the last thing I'm gonna go ahead and do is put down some little clips in here. So I do, even though I know I have the bookmark on there, I do always like to have a wide paper clip just to mark my page. I find it really easy to access. So this is from Co Xoxo, as well as these two are from her shop, and then this one is from Pigtails and Pockets. So I'm gonna go ahead and just sort of figure out where I need little markers. This one I'm just gonna put anywhere because I haven't filled it out yet, so I can move it when, you know, when I start filling it out. So put that there. All right, and then on the front part of the planner, it's nice and it's starting to feel nice and chunky, which I really like. And let's see, I do have this, which I need to clean, to be quite honest, because it's gotten a little bit rusted, but I'm gonna stick it on anyways. This is from Caitlyn Minimalist, and she does a lot of custom like jewelry, and I asked her to make a necklace that she had into a charm, and I was able to choose the letters, so I just put A and J, which is the initials of me and my boyfriend. I'm gonna zoom out just a little bit so you guys can see the top of the planner in there as well. And then, as I mentioned, this is the pen that I'm going to be using and carrying around with me. I don't really care to have pen loops, to be quite honest, so I usually will stick a pen in the side here, or I just I usually have a little pouch where I keep a lot of pens in my purse, so I don't know. I haven't loved keeping pens on my planner, I've noticed. I'm going to move that up just a little bit so it doesn't squish the inserts. So that's what we're looking like. All right, so let's go ahead and do a little flip through now that it is all set up. It's nice and like chunky, which I really like. It feels really nice all set up, and the Lush leather is so nice, so I'm really excited. And here I've got my Ted Baker pen that I'm gonna be using and carrying around with me. So pretty. And my Caitlyn Minimalist charm. I wanted to keep the charm on here pretty simple just because it is a planner that I do intend to be taking around with me, so I didn't want anything too bulky on the front. And then here I've got a few die cuts in the pocket. I've got my stickies from my newest addiction, which I love those. And then I've got my currently tab here that I laminated, and I've got my Fox and Pip stickies on the back in case there's anything that I want to jot down for the day, a little list, a little anything. I've got something in the front there, and it also is nice to keep the front of the planner nice and sturdy. And then here I've got a piece of vellum with a girl that I drew on it, and I just foiled her. And behind that I've got a journaling card from Simply Gilded. It's probably one of my favorite journaling cards she's ever done. It is so beautiful. And on the inside of that, I've just got some pink paper and a vinyl, like lettering die cut kind of thing from Sparkly Paper Co. And that's lettered by Annie Plans. Then I've got my inserts in here. So here is my daily insert. And I did go ahead and foil it just because I wanted to be a little extra. And I've got my bookmark that I just made with some acetate and a Simply Gilded bow sticker at the top, my Co Xoxo clip to mark my page. Then at the back of that, I've just got the rest of that plain pink paper, and I just clipped a little planner die cut that I drew for me and some friends with a Co Xoxo little charm paper clip there. And I got some pictures of me and my boyfriend with a piece of vellum that I foiled on top with some lettering there that I just went ahead and did. Then I've got some floral vellum here just wrapped around my second insert, and this I just printed off myself. And here I've got a coupon tracker My little tabs that I also made for myself. That's my little tracker there. I do have it marked with a Co Xoxo little rose clip there. They're so pretty. Then I've got the back of that insert and the rest of that floral paper. Then here I've got some beautiful acetate from my friend Laura that she sent me in some happy mail, and they're just some polka dotted bows, which I love, and I've got some pink vellum behind it just so it's got some color going on in there. And that is wrapped around my notes insert, which I did also foil on my own just because I thought it would be fun. So those are the polka dot inserts foiled, and I do have a Pigtails and Pockets little bow clip at the top there. And then the back of that insert is just the rest of that beautiful paper. And then here I've got the floral vellum again, and I did put a little die cut on there that I just made for me and some friends. And then here I've got my shopping list insert. I did foil all the covers, but this one is not foiled inside, it's just normal. I've got there, I can jot down grocery lists or anything like that. And then I've got my Co Xoxo clip at the top. And then the back of that, and just the rest of that vellum. And I did put a sticker here with my initial on it. And over here I've got a few little die cuts. This one is mine from my shop that I just made into kind of like a little mini journaling card. It's a little nod to Harry Potter. And this little die cut here is from Fox and Pip, another little nod to Harry Potter. And inside here I've got all of my stickers stashed in here, so I just made this little envelope. Got all of my stickers inside of there, and I've got a Target pocket, or I think this one's from Planner Press, but I've got a clear pocket on the back with some little character stickers inside of it. And I've got my Sparkly Paper Co. little Don't Touch My Stickers vinyl on top of it. And that is my whole planner setup. I think it turned out really, really cute. It was definitely interesting to set up such a smaller planner because, to be quite honest, when I look at each piece individually, or when I look at it, I feel like it's actually a lot simpler than any... I feel like something's stuck in here. It's a lot simpler than any of my B6 setups. And so it's kind of, oh, it's this little charm. I was like, why isn't it closing properly? A little charm was inside there. But it's a lot simpler than pretty much all of my B6 setups, but I feel like it looks a lot like there's a lot more going on just because it is such a smaller planner. So I did my best to keep it simple while still kind of stuffing it with everything I wanted. And so I feel like it's kind of a, I feel like I always say that, but it's a cross between very decorative and kind of simplistic. So I don't know, but I enjoy how it came out. I think it looks super cute, and I hope you guys liked this video, got some ideas, and enjoyed watching. Thank you all so much, and I will talk to you all in my next video. Bye.